taking my masking tape and putting it on the edge of my platen and finding my edge of the platen on the track. Now I can load my roll of a half a centimeter to the edge of that on each end. That way I'll know I'll have at least 18 centimeters in the middle of my brakes. Take one upside down. What I've done here is I've trimmed the sides of the lead edge of my roll, so when I wet the machine up by myself, it's easier to wet and the sides don't get all bunched up in the dancer and the back bench roller. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fan fold enough media on the ground where I have enough to wet it through under the dancer and through the back bench and line it up before I close my back bench. Now that I've fan folded enough media out to rub it up underneath the dancer through the back bench, I'm going to raise my dancer so it makes it easier for me to web it up underneath and through the back bench. I just take it through my lead, rub it underneath. Now that I've wet media through the pinch, I let my dancer down. That's why I give it a little extra when I fan fold it, make up for when the dancer goes back down. I line, make sure my ends are lined up. Close my back pinch. Run it through. I go around the other side and pull it through. Now I'm able to pull my medium through from the front. Our media up to the front. A good trick or tip we use from one operator to get both rows of media through the front pinch by itself is we put our vacuum on 100% and then we back the media up. Putting the vacuum on at 100% while you back the media, you keep the back nice and tight coming over the top of the back pinch roller and not allow it to get loose in the front. So what we do is go to vacuum, turn the vacuum on, right click on the vacuum, put the vacuum on at 100%, check that okay. Now before I right click on the advance and make the media go back, you want to make sure that your media coming over the back pinch is relatively even. It's going to be loose, but you want to make sure that it's even, that one side is not dipping, more than the other. So that it's pretty even, so when the media backs up, it's going to back up evenly. So now when I right click on the advance, it's going to tighten the media up and back up, but it's going to keep it tight. Now you'll notice, it's hard to see it, nice and tight going over the top of the back pinch. It's advancing up. So now when I get enough to where I know I can load it through the front pinch, I stop it, and you'll notice that the back is nice and tight right now. We can get a shot of that without being too shaky. See how the back is nice and tight right now on both rows. Okay, so now before we turn the vacuum down, we're going to, so 100% vacuum is still holding the media on the platter. So now I can push the media through the front pinch roller and not have to worry about it loosening up on my platter. front pinch to make sure it's relatively tight and snug to the front, top of the front pinch roller. So now when I close my front pinch roller, I'm going to spin this bottom front pinch roller so it grabs the medium when it closes and keeps everything tight. Now, before I turn my tension back on, you want to make sure that you lower your vacuum. You lower your vacuum on your platen. Because if I turn my tension button on now with the vacuum at 100%, it's going to fight one another and it's going to loosen everything up. So I right click on my vacuum, put it back down to 20%, which is about what we normally run, 15-20%. Check OK. Now when I check on my tension, I already have my 5 meter, actually my 2 rolls of 98 inches. And then I have about 2 inches of medium left on the rolls. So I check that, and everything will tighten up on its own.